Chris Espinoza here in the booth with Glenn Stretch Smith, and the Saints are 3-0. They've had a couple of nail biters, including last week. And what do you expect to see tonight?
When we think about Bishop Dunne, I think about the team that the Saints played last year, which was a very physical, really good team. I have not seen them play this year. Obviously, they lost some key components off of that offense and off of that defense. But anytime that you have that much experience and you've got those kind of athletes, Chris, I expect to see some guys flying around. But I think the Saints are the better football team, and I think they know that, and they got to go out and put them away. Now, we say all that, and they're missing their top quarterback, and that's something I think we're going to have to dive into right here off the bat.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Matthew Epperson, number 10, he'll be the one starting under center for the Saints, and he has played in every game so far. I don't think, according to coaching staff before the game, nothing major with Hampton Fay. He put the Saints on his back last week in the fourth quarter, and they scored their only offensive touchdown in that game to pull ahead and go on to win. And maybe just a little bit sore, and Coach Beck being a little cautious, making sure he's healthy and raring to go for district play.
And you know what? Good for them that they put Epperson in there and played him some and got him that experience. And they're going to get the ball right off the bat here, Chris.
We're going to see what they can do as the kickoff is here and the game is underway. Kramer taking the line drive kick at the 5, out across the 15, making a move and dropped around the 21-yard line. And we'll get our first look at this Epperson-led Saints offense. Just want to remind everybody that we are live on Texas24.net. If you don't catch us live, you can always catch us on demand along with Coach Aaron Beck's show. And if you stay tuned after the game, we'll have some player reaction as we get set here for our first down play. Once again, Saints 3-0. 2 games very, very close. Nail biters really coming down to the last plays of the game. We'll see how this one turns out as Epperson is joined in the backfield by Matlock here on this first down.
And T-Love. Got T-Love in there as well.
They stack the backs right of Epperson. Low snap, looking to throw, swings it out to Kramer, and it's short hopped. And that looked like Epperson may not have ever gotten a good grip on the ball trying to react after the low snap.
Anytime you got early game jitters like that, you could get a low snap, throws off the timing of that play because, quite frankly, that's a catch and throw. That's why they had both backs over there, try to see if they could set up a wall and get something outside.
Kramer is the Saints' leading receiver and has been a favorite target of all the quarterbacks so far this year. And Epperson looking to throw, pressured straight up the middle, and he's dropped quickly back at the 13-yard line, and not really the start I don't think the Saints are looking for.
No, when you let somebody go free like that, that's a problem up front, and they're going to have to adjust his protection now. Right now, Dunne's just bringing 3, but it looks like they're stunting and seeing something that could have caused them to stunt and do some different things that is a problem right now.
Thomas Gort, the third, is over the nose, and he was the one in there to sack Epperson. 3rd and 20. Epperson with time finds Bothwell over the middle. Bothwell making a move outside the 20, and he's dropped there. That's a nice open field tackle. It looked like he had some blocking. He might have had some room up that sideline to try to get first down yardage.
Really good job right there. Looked like Jordan Cook on that tackle. That's a great job. Now, you see the Saints got this built-in drag right here, and anytime you can hit that big tight end, well, you'd like to see him make a move right there, but good catch and get it up the field now. 4th and 2. Let's see what the Saints are going to do here. They're going to try to draw them off sides, Chris? It's like they're going to go ahead and try to punt this football. It's be a heck of a risk back in your own territory.
Especially with a 4th and 11. Hillman's in motion, and Epperson now stepping back as we've seen throughout the season, and it's going to be a quick kick. It's a high kick, and it looks like the Falcons are going to try to stay away from it. Takes a little bit of a Saints bounce out to their own 47-yard line.
Good field position starting in the plus territory right here.
Well, last week the Saints were buoyed by their special teams and their defense. Cayman Lane with the interception return for a touchdown in the first quarter, and the Saints held that Parrish offense to just 17 points on the game. And we'll see, maybe with their, it may take them a while to get warmed up on offense, and the Saints defense may need to hold while that happens.
And you're going to see Cayman Lane. He was the one that made the play last week on the kid out of Parrish. So, you know what, he was spying him. Look for some of those same techniques here tonight.
The leading rusher and passer for Bishop Dunne is our quarterback, Simeon Evans, and he's got it here in the shotgun, but we got flags to get things started, and it's going to be motion. A little jitters by both offenses to get things started.
Yeah, they tried it. They're going to go ahead and empty the backfield out. It looked like try to maybe get the quarterback on a power, something that they could pull to get Simeon Evans in the open field. But unfortunately, when you're moving towards the line of scrimmage, most officials will call that.
5-yard walk-off is going to make it 1st and 15. It's going to be on the Saints side of the field. Back on the Falcons side of the field. Ball spotted right on the right side of the Saints logo.
And even set again now. Looks like maybe the Saints might be bringing this corner off the edge down here. He's cheating it in.
Time to throw, and no, pressured off the edge, spinning away but sacked. 52 has Meet Singh in the backfield and gets the sack for the Saints.
Yeah, anytime you turn somebody scot-free up inside, now watch him right here. You see him come, nice job in the pass rush. He just throws this guy right there to get up the field, and that's what you want to see. Collapse the pocket inside. Puts them in a 3rd and, boy, just about as far as you could point.
Call it second and 30. Double set once again for the Falcons, and Love off the edge, and a nice play on the outside out across midfield, and Kelvin Brewer covering for the Saints. That's a nice completion.
And you can see up there you've got the soft spot in this zone. A nice job by Simeon Evans to find that empty spot in that zone and stick that ball in there, get him in a 3rd very manageable 12 where it was 25.
Much more manageable at this distance for sure.
Double set again. See if they're going to try to get Simeon. Get him on the edge. Looks like T. Love coming down here now.
Love sneaking up, and he's coming off the edge. And a double blitz from that side, and a nice snag across the middle. Wow. Surrounded by 5 navy blue jerseys. And number 4,
Kofi Thompson.
Kofi Thompson makes a snag.
I like that inside dig, and what a throw and catch right there by both Evans. You're going to see the dig come across your screen right here, and watch him stick that ball in that very tight window. Excellent throw and catch. Good job by Dunne.
Very good conversion there, and on 1st down now, they're going to run straight ahead for no gain. It looks like Singh's there again for the Saints, along with number 57 up front, Alex Nelson.
Nelson and Singh, 2 big inside guys. We've called their names a lot. You know what? They kind of anchor that line, and you know what else they do? They keep them off of Cayman Lane and his ability to run.
Maddox Epperson, on the right end up there up front as well.
Trips to the top. Dunne goes trips to the top.
2nd and 10, pressured from Love. He gets it out into the flat, making a move, but a nice open field tackle. Wow, good play out there, slinging the receiver down by his jersey. It's number 44, Chumley.
Nice job by Calvin Chumley. Got out into the flat. They brought the blitz off the edge down here. You watch them bring the blitz off of that edge. Can't quite catch it, but nice job throwing, catching, and then Chumley taking a great angle. They get him on the ground. That's what you want to do, keep him in a 3rd and 8.
Long distance conversion again needed here for the Falcons. Defense for the Saints trying to hold.
Set. They're going to try to move
pressure once
pocket
again, and Singh chasing the Rice and not catching him, but the Saints do catch him after a short game. And man, that's a couple of pass plays, and the Saints are all in the Falcon backfield.
That was really athletic by Evans. You know what? He saw the blitz again coming to the field side, and he tried to duck it back into the short side of the field to, just make something positive out of it. Now they've got a manageable 4th and looks like 6 situation. They're going to flip the formation now, Chris, and go trips down here to the field.
And it looks like they've got a lone receiver at the top of the formation. He's going to be on man-on-man coverage there.
T. Love off of the short side, and there he
Evans
comes.
Throw, pressure, and it looked like the receivers may have gotten their feet tangled up around the 15. No flag on the play. It's incomplete, and the Saints are going to take over on downs.
Brought T. Love off of the edge, and when I say off of the edge, you see him come off of that short side, and he's unblocked. So what that causes the quarterback to do is have to get that football up. You know what? The timing was off. good turnover on downs right there. Saints get the ball back.
They'll get their second crack at it here in the first quarter on offense, as the first drive ended with a punt. Maddox in the backfield. Double set here for the Saints. Hillman in the slot, Bothwell in the slot on the near side. Kramer and Patterson the wides. Maddox with the handoff around the left side with a little burst and surging ahead for 5.
Got a little zone read to Maddox right there. They're trying to get this defense to loosen up a little bit, Chris. I mean, this is obviously you can see it's a very athletic front, but they play a 3-man front, and that tries to get they're a 3-4 team that allows these linebackers to run a little bit.
Maddox, the Saints' leading rusher on the year, and we've got an early stop. And how difficult is it to get the cadence down sometimes when you have a new quarterback?
Well, we say new, but remember now, Coach Beck and this Saints staff has put him in all of those games, critical situations, trying to avoid this, because right there, you're trying to stay ahead of the chains. You had a nice 6-yard run, then you get called for offsides. It pushes you back to a 2nd and 9.
Maddox in motion. Epperson looking to throw, standing in the pocket, feeling some pressure, and then running ahead up to the 20-yard line. He makes a few yards there on the scramble.
Boy, Sam Strong, the linebacker defensive end for Dunne. What a long, good-looking athlete that is. He ran him down and pushed him down. 3rd and 5 situation here. You're going to see trips out here for the Saints. Interesting how Dunne's not adjusting to this double set down here. Look how soft they're playing this.
Yeah, the slot receiver has tons of room. And we got a blitz look off the left side of the defense.
Both sides. They're coming both sides. Bring
Epperson
both edges.
Looking to throw, pressured, tucks it under and dives ahead across the 35. And
really
it looks
close.
like he's going to be close to the mark.
Real close to the mark. It's going to be interesting to see if this umpire gave him a left foot spot. I believe it. I don't know that. Are they moving that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Looks like they're giving him the first down. Wow.
Like a left foot spot. I wasn't sure they were going to get it, but they moved the chains. First down for the Saints. You know what? A conversion.
One way or another, the Saints will take it, I bet.
That's exactly right. And they come back with the trips down here now. See how Dunne adjusts this 3-4 look.
They're pressing up a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're playing true cover 0 here. I'm going to be surprised to see the Saints not take a shot down the field here in just a minute, because you know what? Dunne's lined up in a true 0 coverage. And when I say 0, there's nobody in the middle of the field. They run that little zone right there. Don't be surprised to see him come back and take a shot here at that exact same look, Chris.
Maddox gets 2 there on first down. Second and 8. 4:09 left to go here in the first quarter. Kramer in motion. Kramer on the wide receiver sweep gets a block and churns ahead out to the 44. Pretty nice gain there. It looked like he got a nice block on the edge there by Hillman.
Try to run a little jet sweep there where they could crack that edge. See if they could get outside. You could see, watch him crack this edge at the top now. Right. Bow, right there. You see 22 come in and crack him. They're trying to get something outside, keep it in a manageable situation. Now Bothwell down here, they don't adjust again to this double set to the wide side of the field.
Love it. Matlock in the formation, 3rd and short. Matlock gets the handoff coming around the right side, and nothing.
There was nothing there. That's going to put them in a 4th and 2 right here.
Right at the 45.
Try to run that inside power, and you know what? Dunne was having none of it.
Spotted right just shy of the 45. It's going to be about 1.5 yards here on 4th down. A long 1 or short 2, however you want to call it. Offense still on the field. Epperson.
They're deciding whether they want to, what kind of look they want, if they're going to kick or they're going to go for this. Looks like they're going to go for it here. I don't think they're punting it. Maybe they are. Bring Hillman in motion to the trips down here. Maybe try to punt this ball.
No, they are going for it. Epperson looking to throw over the middle. He's got Bothwell, and Bothwell does a great job of hanging on through contact. He gets 3 yards, and that's enough to move the chains once again for the Saints.
Anytime you run that shallow underneath into zone coverage, you could run it into a blow-up, and that's exactly what happened right there. But he hangs on. It's enough to get the first down. Watch him come across the screen right here. They're running that little underneath read to him. Now you got to get him to shut it down right there before you throw him into that blow up. That'll come with experience.
Play action pass, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. And Jeremiah Bodwin, the defensive lineman there for the Falcons, and man, that's a tall, lanky guy like you mentioned earlier.
This is a very athletic front. I mean, this is, and they look like a pretty young team too, but they are very athletic up front with their 3 guys.
Epperson looking to throw after the incompletion. Second, and he is pushed back. The blitz up the middle comes and gets to the quarterback. It's Josh Emanuel on the sack.
Now, if you'll look at this is a 4-week look. They bring both of those linebackers, so he is unblocked. It was well-timed. Watch him come to the inside of this. And any time you can bring a 4-week to one side, you've only got 3 blockers to that side, Chris. One guy comes unblocked. That ball's got to come out. Saints are going to have to adjust to that blitz look.
Finds the hole in the offensive line, sacks Epperson. And once again, the Saints with a 3rd and long situation. This time 3rd and 20, all the way back at their own 37. Epperson looking to throw.
Try to set up a screen, and it's not there. He had to throw the football away. Tough situation right there now. That drive started off very promising. You pick up a 4th down. When you don't get anything running the football and then you take a sack, it puts you back, Chris. You don't have any chance. Now you're going to see them punt this football right here. Now this is man back to receive this. This is Thompson, the young man that caught that dig. I guarantee you he can fly. They've got to try to keep this football away from him.
Epperson looking back at the coaching staff for the signal. And kind of as we've seen all year, the Saints punt formation, bring Hillman in motion, and then the quarterback / would-be punter steps back, and then it's a quick rugby-style kick, and it's going to be bobbled, and the ball is picked up. Oh, man, that was almost an awesome break there for the Saints. Looked like it was bobbled, and he grabbed it just as he contacted by the Saints coverage team and able to hold on, and the Falcons are going to have it.
Anytime you got that oblong object bouncing like that, that's like one of your low driving shots. That thing can go anywhere. No spin on it. You use those tees that take the spin off of it anyway, don't you, Chris?
Oh, yeah. They got feathers on the top or something. Yeah, they're only like $6 each, so you hate to lose them.
No score here with a minute to play. You know what? We've seen some defensive big plays already in this game and a couple close turnovers.
I'd take the twig out of a robin's nest if it made me hit the ball further.
I hear you.
Falcons are going to start at their own 30-40-yard line, 1st and 10. Nice run up the middle. Saints swallow it up after 5. It's Lane on the tackle.
Yeah, caught the Saints blitzing right there, try to pop it inside. That's exactly what you want to do to try to slow those guys down, Chris. You want to have something quick hitting inside.
Well, Saints on that first drive were able to get a lot of pressure in the pass situation. Just like you said, the fastest way to slow that down is to start getting some runs up the middle with some positive yardage.
2 backs in the backfield trying to slow down this edge rush with T. Love.
Yep, both backs trying to block, and the throw is way over the head of the intended receiver.
Trying to max protect
incomplete.
there.
Well, he got a flag around midfield.
Yeah, you're trying to max protect there and see if you can get a ball up to your speed guys. That's what they did. Now, I'm not sure what they're calling. Defensive holding. 10-yard penalty and an automatic 1st down.
So I guess they were going to call it out here on this coverage.
On the corner, correct.
Yep. As you said, they were trying to get the max protect, get it down the field, and Saints.
The ball up, that's right. They're
guilty of holding on to some jersey, I guess, as the receiver was trying to make his move.
They're catching, and obviously the Saints are bringing the pressure off of the edge. They brought both backs in, kind of solid the protection up, and try to get their one-on-one receiver outside.
Double back set once again, and this time they're going to hand it off. And nice run through a lot of traffic. That was number 5 for the Falcons, and that's a nice run.
Nice job of hitting it up inside. They wouldn't supply us with a roster, so right now I'm not sure who 5 is, and I know you're over there looking at 5 as you give me that belly laugh.
I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah,
so
5.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
Second. How about 2nd and 5 since that's a hot number?
Handoff once again, and 5 once again with a nice run, dragging Saints defenders all the way down to the 30-yard line. Wow, That's some physicality.
And that's what they're doing. They're saying, you know what, we're going to hit it up inside. If you guys are going to bring that blitz off of the edge, we're going to try to hit it up inside, and that's exactly what they've done. Going to get the quarter here, Chris. Pretty good quarter of football. Some defensive plays being made. It's going to be we knew this was going to be a dogfight. All these games are in this TAPS division.
Zeros across the board on the McNair Stadium scoreboard. We'll be back for the second quarter momentarily.